I'm Sarah of Sarah Wing Intuitive Arts, and welcome to Oracle Storytelling. Mid to late November edition. Pre-holiday edition if you do holidays. Tail end of Mercury retrograde edition. And it really is a tail, so after the 20th, there's a little bit of a whip that can get you if it hasn't hit you up during the beginning, or middle, or throughout the retrograde. Also, man, I hope this recording is getting better edition. Come on, retrograde, be my buddy. Oh my god, I really need a vacation edition. Like, we're so ready for it. Really, really need a vacation. So, I want to give a big thank you to Ben. Thank you so much, Ben, who has helped me co-create this story today. And I have asked him for 4 numbers, 1 through 100, which will correlate to 4 page numbers in 4 books that I've chosen. And I've asked him for 4 numbers, 1 through 10, which will correlate to the number of the paragraph counting down that page. I've also asked him for 2 other sets of numbers, which I have used for something special, and I will do that after our story is told. So, let's see where we are taken to today, and maybe a beautiful place. It's very relaxing and far, far away. How about that, huh? Yeah, sounds good. Let's see. Today, okay. Like most days, you awoke inside a comfortable shelter. Yes. You have a home. I'm guessing. Your pillow and bed are soft and you have the blankets you need. Nice. The electricity is turned on as usual. Somehow, in ways you're barely aware of, a massive power plant at an unknown distance from your home is alchemically transforming the sun's stored energy into currents of electricity that reach through mostly hidden conduits in the exact amounts you need. And all you have to do, take note, to control the flow is flick small switches with your fingers. It's nice. We're comforted. We have pillows and blankets. We have electricity. And just like magic, the flick of our fingertip, we turn the sun on and off, so to speak. This is nice. Okay. Going somewhere nice today. Let's see. Dream work, can be a profound spiritual discipline. Absolutely. As well as a means to psychological self-awareness and creative inspiration and energy. More energy, creating energy. Indeed. In many ways. These are merely different ways of describing that same process. The process of increasing individuation, as Jung termed it. Okay. So we're cozy in bed. We're doing a little dream work. Again, this inspiration and energy, the tip of our fingertip of our mental sleeping awareness. Body organs are better able to communicate with us at night than when we're awake. Okay. Doing a lot of dream work and communication at night. Dreams that predict illness or prodromal, oh my god, dreams were discussed by scientists as early as the mid-19th century. The German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer, who I just always thought of as Artie, that's why I can't pronounce his last name, described the organ's connection to specific nerves. I do take nerve. The sympathetic nervous system, which in turn are connected to the brain. At night, with the effects of the external world muted. Sounds relaxing. The messages from the organs through the nervous system more readily reach the brain, he said. Think of this again in terms of our being like radio or television receivers. There's so many different stations now. We could pick any station we want. We could be, a Lifetime receiver, Bravo receiver. That was another channel receiver. Like cable television, we have dozens of channels into what's going on in our world. We might have a channel to finances, one to our family, one to work, one to worries, and so on. During the day, now it's daytime. Okay, we woke up. We are rushed around. We're constantly switching from channel to channel as various issues come up, as they tend to do. All these daytime shows, these wacky issues that come up. Yeah, hilarious. The channel to our bodies, though, is like educational TV. Okay, little PBS perhaps? We tend to skip right over it. Not wanting to pause for a lecture or a documentary. At night, though, that becomes the only channel available. At least we're listening when we're sleeping. You tune into it in spite of yourself. And the message gets through in the form of dreams, which come from your body. I just love that sentence. Dreams that come from your body. That's where dreams come from. Your body. The only way you can filter out this message is by not remembering your dreams. But the dream and the message will still have an impact. Fact. Impact fact. Have you ever fallen asleep with a television show on? And then the incorporated parts of it into your dream? This is like the reverse of what happens when you forget dreams when you're awake. You've tuned out the program, but the message has been incorporated into your consciousness anyway. It filters in and affects your conscious moods and your mind and influences your daily decisions. So you kind of don't need to remember the shifts or information that you processed and understood to communicate better through your body to communicate in your waking life. There's just a natural process that happens where, in spite of ourselves, when we're all shut down, we listen up. Okay, so a lot of work when we're resting, when we're really still working. And what does this lead to? Where are we going? Where are we going with this? It felt very relaxing, and then a lot of work was coming up. Let's see what the payoff is. Where are we going? Okay, first, there's movement. The constant flux of the universe. Okay, it's a lot of work. It's like the whole universe now. Then there's sensation. When the body's sense registers the movement, okay, in the movement, registering the movement. A second later, ego, I, comes in to make meaning out of what arose by attaching a label to the sensation. Haha. I did this because... This label usually takes the form of a thought, waking, about the sensation. The thought is followed by an emotional reaction. Oh. Which in turn is followed by a karmically conditioned behavior. What we believe needs to be done about what we feel. Okay, so what did we learn through this story? So it really took us through the idea that we are constantly navigating. There's a lot of navigation, not just in our waking life, but in our sleeping life. And in spite of ourselves, even if we don't want to slow down and stop and pay attention to what our body is telling us during our waking life, our organs are going to do some talking, and they're going to do some dream work, and they're going to communicate, and they're going to register, regardless of if we remember our dreams or not, regardless of if we want our organs to speak up and share some truth and some knowledge about where we are aligned and misaligned. And then that takes us into the waking world, where let's see how much we've integrated while we slept. So we have something that happens and we're having a reaction, and how much of it is going to be integrated into ourselves, and how much of it is going to be not integrated and maybe put back in the body as a sensation or experience that we relate to something that isn't going to help us. We talked about dream work and individuation, and individuation is something that we all go through. It's kind of like knowing ourselves separate from our family unit, separate from that kind of original, separate from our family, kind of that leaving the nest, and it's something that's